My name is Matthew Nguyen. On Instagram, I'm Ichi Shinobi. We are at Katsucon 2023 and having a good time. This is my first couples cosplay with my girlfriend. I'm dressed as Bonjour from Made in Abyss. I think it's the first anime me and my girlfriend ever got into together. You see, I procrastinated like hell. Like literally, I said I'd do this to my girlfriend like 2 months before Katsu, right? I was like, I'll get around to it. But then, you know, work, life, and lo and behold, I did it in like 2 weeks instead. Up to that point, I kept putting it off because I thought, I've made tons of helmets before. This will be easy, it'll be fine. And then when I actually looked into it, it wasn't easy. It wasn't fun. The other issue was, I had made so many promises to do other costumes. The Power Ranger one that I did on Friday. I was doing this one on Saturday. I was making one for my little brother, also a Power Ranger. And Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat. My whole basement exploded. 4 different projects going on at once, right? Something that could have been done kind of comfortably in 2 weeks, immediately hell on earth. A week to print this thing out in 12 different pieces. My printer is tiny and this helmet's huge. Put them together, paint them, sand them, put the LEDs in. I had to cut out these visors. I learned how to 3D model for this helmet. And then this morning, I forget the LED that pulls it all together. I was distraught. Since I was a kid, I loved Power Rangers. And when I was in middle school, I loved Super Sentai, which is the Japanese version, right? I'm gonna credit you with this. I started learning how to 3D print because I wanted a Power Ranger helmet, right? Because I saw you in your Green Ranger just standing there and you were taking pictures with some other guy, right? I immediately ran up and I was like, yo, the Green Ranger, can I take this picture? And you're like, sure. Do you want to hold the Dragon Dagger? And I was like, yes, I do. I went home and I was like, I want to do that too. I realized if I wanted to do bigger, more niche Power Ranger cosplays, I had to make it myself because I couldn't afford it otherwise. When there's a failed print and you don't catch it in time, you come back the next morning, your whole printer is covered in like spaghetti-like plastic.
I have no idea how this happened.
And you have to take an hour just to clean it off. I got told this after the fact by like someone who's been doing it longer than me. Don't 3D print when you con crunch. If something happens to your printer and you're con crunching, you don't have time to fix it, right? And so all these pieces, you can tell here, like this is supposed to sync up perfectly. There's a big gap here. You see right here where it looks even? There was a huge chunk missing right here, like a bite out of it. I took wood filler, filled it in. I've learned the art of messing up and covering it up. I've been doing martial arts since I was 8 years old. The cool thing in how martial arts ties into cosplay is that because I spent years training these skills to like hit the pose perfectly, throw the kick just like the game, or throwing out the chain, a scorpion, or as a Power Ranger, you know, with a sword and like striking the pose and getting that perfect snap, you know? It's indescribable, and that's why I love cosplaying so much. Katsucon, I've been to it every single year since my first time going, right? Since my first time meeting you. First time I went, when we met, right? It feels almost like home now. Look at that, that's gorgeous, you know? It's like, I'm here amongst good people. And that's why I love Katsucon.